A sold-out crowd packs the grandstands here at Armory Digital Superspeedway for the highly anticipated running of the RRN 130. The wait is over, and we're getting set to kick off this brand new season and the first ever season for the RRN Cup Series. Hi, folks. I'm Cody Sill, and alongside me for the call of tonight's race is none other than Zack Tafelski. Zack, we had the duels a couple nights ago, and now it's led to the big race to kick off the season. What do you think we're going to see in tonight's race?
Well, we finally made it. We watched those duels the other night, and they were quite exciting. You might not expect that if you're watching the duels, but they raced like the way you're going to see them race tonight, though, except tonight there's going to be a lot more on the line. 42 cars on the track at one time, and they're going for the much bigger prize than just a starting position and a duel. And it's the RN 130. It's the season opener. Everyone's going to be pushing hard all race. And we saw the racing in the duels, as I just mentioned. We're going to see that ×2 tonight. A bigger field, a longer race, and more on the line. It's going to be exciting to watch, Cody.
Indeed, actually over 3 times longer than the duels are, and twice as many cars on the track at the same time. This is so much to this series. You know, this is going to be a big step in the future of this series. But before we go racing here, we do have to get into the starting lineup. In row number 1, starting first in the number 9 Raytheon Ford, it'll be Will Parrish, and alongside him in the number 15 Amsoil Ford, it'll be Kurt Cover. Row 2 in the number 60 NTT Data Chevrolet, it is Cole Darcy, and the number 1 Peach T Pontiac, it'll be Mitch Jones.
And the number 45 Advanced Auto Parts Dodge is Stephen Cullen, and the number 87 Orbits Toyota is Derek Smith. And the number 21 Oracle Toyota is Muraka Amaya, and number 66 Deca Ford is Tyler Sage.
And the number 4 Astro Chevrolet, it'll be Josh Williamson, and the number 19 Hitachi Chevrolet will be Thomas Johnson. In the number 73 JBL Dodge, it is going to be Clint Buchanan, and the number 35 DeWalt Ford is Ragbag.
And the number 38 STP Toyota is Logan Williams, and the number 52 Skykick Ford is Antonio Dawson. And the number 28 U-Haul Pontiac is Drake Gosland, and the number 36 Zaxby's Dodge is Chris Mack.
Starting 17th in the number 30 Budweiser Ford, it is going to be Adam Reed. And in the number 58 Pin Grade Pontiac, it is going to be Matthias Jordan. In the number 92 Fastenal Dodge, Leah Pearson. And the number 70 Wawa Toyota of Benny Watson.
And the number 40 Sirius XM Pontiac is Alsani Boiro, and the number 98 GoPro Toyota is Lucas Sipka. And the number 41 AC Delco Pontiac is Joshua Odebre, and number 81 Coca-Cola Caffeine Free Ford is Happy Monroe.
And the number 44 XPO Logistics Chevrolet, it'll be Ryan Friction. And in the number 54 Synopsis Dodge, Marcus Vanderleep. And the number 62 AAA Insurance Ford, it'll be Shane Williams. And the number 10 Norfolk Southern Dodge of Bob Myers.
And the number 27 Oakley Dodge, it's Nicholas Buddenlick. And number 85 Hisense Ford is Joe Gostitis. And the number 5 Porter Cable Ford is Tyler Montelvin. And the number 2 Traxxas Chevrolet is AJ Schlemmer.
And the number 55 Jersey Mike's Toyota, it'll be Link Hamilton. And the number 11 Popeyes Toyota, it'll be Bob Zian. The number 42 Bauer Chevrolet is Ethan. And the number 20 Repsol Chevrolet will be Charlie Davenport.
And the number 17 Height Energy Pontiac is Colby Jackson. And number 14 Freightliner Pontiac is Jonathan Tibby. In the number 29 Snap-on Toyota is Mitchell Collins, and number 39 Dirt Devil Toyota is Vince Carter.
And on our final row in the number 50 Pennzoil Dodge, David Johnson, rounding out the field in the number 16 Spotify Ford, Joseph Rutz. That is our field.
Let's send it trackside for the command to fire the engines. 42 engines roar to life here ahead of the highly anticipated night ahead. It's the RRN 130 to kick off the season tonight. A quick note before we get any further into the broadcast. Cody Sill will not be able to broadcast the race tonight. Of course, he was with us during the pre-race, and he's given me the command to broadcast the race solo, and he expects to be back for Chicagoland next race, so we hope to see him there. But anyways, as the field rolls out of turn 2, we have a quick race analysis for you guys, and it is a 50-lap race under the lights at Armory Digital Superspeedway, a 2.66 mile superspeedway, and the approximate fuel run is 17 to 20 laps. That'll be the number to renumber all race long. It is expected to be a 2-stop for a 50-lap race with a 20 approximate lap fuel window. And before we get any further, I'm going to make my 2 race picks tonight, and I'm looking no further than duel number 1 for both of my picks. And first off, I'm starting with Alcini Boiro as my first pick. I really loved the moves he was able to make in duel number 1. He had great confidence in his race car team, and if they has the same confidence in that car tonight, I think he'll be someone to look out for. And for my second pick, I'm looking no further than the duel number 1 winner, Kurt Cover. I think he gets overlooked a little bit for not winning the pole for having the second to last time in time trials, but hey, time trials don't matter anymore, it's race time. And he won the duel, which is a race, not a time trial. And I think that's going to matter tonight, if he can put himself in the right position. But the pace car makes the hard left turn onto pit road in front of this sold out crowd. It's an all Ford front row led by the pole winner, Will Parrish, and he will get the season underway as they head into the restart zone. Here we go. What a start for Mitch Jones on row 2 there. Took it 3 wide immediately. He got a great jump, but it's not going to give him too much of an advantage because Will Parrish will pull ahead. He'll get clear. Kurt Cover files in line. Mitch Jones will have to settle on the outside and figure out if he can get something going. Kurt Cover started on the outside. Not many people can get stuff going on that outside starting spot, but he was lucky enough to be able to file in line and take the lead, possibly, to lead the opening lap of the season here, lap 1. Great sequence for Kurt Cover here, if he can indeed do that. Got off Morocco Maya, big shove from the 4 of Josh Williamson. And they're going to have a run here. Who's going to lead the opening lap of the season? Give it to Kurt Cover. As they head into turn 1, lap 2. Double file up front, 3 wide behind, 4 wide already. That's going to be the thing to watch for as they head through the unique kink in turn 1. 4 wide is going to be something to watch for. It's when it's 5 wide, that's pretty much pushing it. You almost expect a wreck when you see 5 wide. 4 wide's going to be a lot more common tonight, and it's going to be a lot more of a thing to watch out for. 4 wide, it's not easy for them, and we could see our wrecks tonight in 4 wide situations. And if they do get 5 wide, that'll probably spark them too. Through 3 and 4, Josh Williamson goes to the helm. He was pushing Amaya a lap ago coming off of 4. Now he finds himself out front to lead lap 2. And here comes Clint Buchanan. A couple of orange cars up front here, along with Drake Goslin in the 28. And here we go, 4 wide. They're really pushing it. Derek Smith with a big run, but he's going to get shoved up as Chris Mack wants the inside line. You see them kind of putting their left tires on that double blue line. That double blue line works just like the double yellow line at, say, Daytona and Talladega. That's out of the bounds line. You can't pass below that under normal racing conditions. You'll see the drivers will have to race above that. Right now, double file throughout the top 10. And that's kind of an interesting thing at this racetrack. They can go from racing 4 wide and being so unorganized to getting double file just like that in a matter of less than a lap. Marco Maya is going to go up top, but he has absolutely no help. He'll try to file in. Front, Dawson going to the lead. Derek Smith behind him. Josh Odebrand in the 41. Pushing way down low, trying to make up time. Maya way up high there. Don't think he got into the wall, but he was pretty close. Smith, that big head of steam, he's not going to waste any time. As many of the drivers do, they don't waste a lot of time. They will go for that lead. They'll go for all their positions immediately. That's one of the big storylines of this racetrack. You can get rotated from last to first so easily, and get rotated from first to last very easily. It's a game of cat and mouse, as I put it in the duels. If you could find yourself in the right place at the right time, it's a lot of luck. But that's half the battle that you need to do tonight to win this race. Josh Odebre out the run, looking down low. There's Smack and Ryan Friction follow behind on that inside line. You're going to see more faces come up here for the first time tonight from that inside lane. Seeing a couple drivers that I know start in the back part of this field rotate up front. It just goes to show how fast you can rotate around this racetrack in particular. Ryan Friction will make it through for the lead in 3 and 4. He won't be clear, but he'll have a good advantage down the front stretch. Off of 4, Mitchell Collins making it 4 wide in that red and black 29. Now we get that 3 wide. A lot of drivers have big runs, and they usually like to go down low with it if they're on the low lane. That's where you see a lot of 4 wides happen. AJ Schlemmer, Jonathan Tibby, a couple drivers that started in the back part of this field. AJ Schlemmer had a big run off of 2. He's going to make it 4 wide. Let's introduce our aerial coverage here. Very, very good view of the race tonight. We're going to see this a lot. Gives a whole nother perspective of what we see when there's 4 wide racing like this right now. AJ Schlemmer really working that lowest lane. It works best in the corners. And this is a low lane preferred racetrack, as he's going to get put 4 out of nowhere because Colby Jackson had to run there. You see some of these drivers really working the double blue line with putting their tires on it, like Bob Zien in the orange number 11 there. When they get 4 wide, it's a matter of the 2 middle cars I've tend to notice. They seem to get close and sometimes lean on each other. And if they lean on each other too much, that's where you see these wrecks start to happen. Back up front, Leah Pearson had the lead. Get put in a 3 wide situation with Mitchell Collins, and that's Vince Carter on the bottom in the 39. Colby Jackson, we saw a lap ago on the front stretch, made the move 4 wide. Now he's trying to make up ground, but Jonathan Tibby had to run on him. He's trying to block him. And here's Tyler Sage. A lot of drivers get big momentum out of nowhere, and it's fun to watch. That's for sure. Vince Carter will lead the lap ahead of 3 wide behind him, 4 wide behind him. Jonathan Tibby and Ryan Friction really close. That's leaning on each other there. Off turn 2, Colby Jackson stays up front, but he's got Tyler Sage chasing behind. There's David Johnson. I know he started in the last row, and he's going to make it 4 wide. Big move for him. He doesn't want to be in the back anymore, and he wants to make it up front really fast. Colby Jackson trying to hold the lead. Looks like he won't be able to do it for much longer. Once they lose that inside lane, this is one of the more inside lane dominant tracks you'll see on the whole schedule, especially for a super speedway. That's what we're going to see all night. Drivers, if they lose that inside lane to any driver below them, as long as they have enough momentum and enough in their line, they'll get right past them. And drivers on the outside lane won't be able to do that as much at this track in particular. It's a very unique type of super speedway racing we see here. Very unorganized drafting packs, not what you're used to seeing at, say, Talladega and Daytona, which we have on the schedule this season. Very unique. Along with Coca-Cola, the other super speedway on the schedule this season, those possess unique super speedway packages compared to Daytona and Talladega. It'll be interesting to see once we head to those racetracks later in the schedule. Of course, nothing like Armory Digital in itself, this facility. That right there, the kink in turn 1. Very unique part to a super speedway. And just like that, they get double file and no more up front here. But also just like that, drivers make a move, and he'll make it 3 wide and 4 wide. They want. Johnson will go to the front here. Nicholas Budham looking at 27 following. And then you have the 11 of Bob Zian and the 20 of Charlie Davenport. Some new faces up front here for the first time tonight. We've now reached lap 10, taking lap 11 this time by. Remember, the duels the other night were 15 laps, a 15 lap sprint to the finish, and those we're already nearing a 15 lap mark of this race. And you'll have to wonder, how aggressive will the drivers be in this first stint? Are they going to be racing very aggressive? Well, right now, it's not too aggressive throughout the pack. Of course, we see 4 wide can happen out of nowhere. We get aggressive out of nowhere, so it's going to be something to watch. And will we see the big one, as they call it, on super speedways? Some people say it's not a matter of if it'll happen, it's a matter of when it'll happen. Well, I definitely think 4 wide is the first thing to watch out for when you're keep an eye out for those wrecks. 3 wide there, 4 wide nearly. Joe Gostitis thought about it. He's in the 85 there as Bob Zian goes to the lead ahead. Here's Derek Smith in the 87. Bob Myers in the 10. First appearance up front for him. A couple more new drivers up front for the first time tonight. Thomas Johnson in 19. Trying to make his way up. They're 4 wide. For second there, they're 4 wide again. Oh man, nearly 5 wide. Look at Mitch Jones on the very lowest lane. He's making up a bunch of time. If these drivers want to do that, that's some of the riskiest racing you'll see, especially for drivers really trying to make up positions. And 3 wide throughout the pack here. Charlie Davenport can't do much about all the drivers come behind him, and Joe Gostitis will move below him, and he'll bring Bob Myers and Thomas Johnson with him. Very close together this whole pack is. A very tight traffic jam. This takes one bad move from anyone in this pack, and it could set off an absolute huge wreck. As you would see at any super speedway. Bob Myers gets below Joe Gostitis, excuse me, and he will take the lead. And battle for second, Thomas Johnson on the inside will try to take the lead from Bob Myers. Walking aggressively back here, David Johnson and Derek Smith. Derek Smith stuck way up high. Benny Watson in the 70. Keeping up. Tyler Montellin in the 5. Next first appearance in the top 5. Back to our aerial views here. Look at the 4 wide racing. We see Cole Darcy in the 60 on the inside there. And you see, look at that, they're leaning on each other. Those 2 middle cars, especially off the turns, it gets a bit dicey, I'd say. Joseph Rutz in the 16 started in the very back. He's finally trying to make his way up on the inside. I saw him had a big run off of 4 there. That kink does not help any drivers either when they're in close quarters racing. With the way they get loose off the turn 1 into the kink, it's not a very easy situation for any driver. The field just took lap 15, and if this was the duels the other night, we'd know that this would be the final lap. But we do know that considering we just took lap 15, that means we're getting close to the fuel window opening up. We can open up as early as lap 17. Mathis Jordan will be trying to lead for the first time tonight, along with Happy Monroe in the 81 Coca-Cola car. They're really getting racy up here. Marco Maya will work under that quarter panel of Happy Monroe. He's going to try to get alongside of him with the momentum and help of that inside lane. And here's Joseph Rutz. I touched on him a little bit ago when I saw him making his moves up Well, now he's making it all the way to the front here, along with Marcus van der Lee. First time I'm seeing him up here. And Lincoln among the others. Joseph Brutz will have the inside off of 4. Marcus van der Lee will be there with him. And the 54. Up 17 here. We believe the fuel window will be opening up here. And if they stay green, we're going to see some green flag pit stops. And we're going to see those tricky entrances onto pit road under these green conditions with the whole field packed together like this. Under the ridge on the back straightaway, Joseph Brutz leads the field into 3 and 4. Runs up behind them, he's trying to block any lane he can, but it won't work. All 3 lanes, Link Hamilton on the very bottom. We'll get to the inside and try to take the lead away. Very close 3-wide racing. You can hear them start to check up when they're getting this close throughout the pack. Some drivers trying not to run over the people in front of them. So we do expect, maybe this time by, we might see drivers make that turn down pit road. Here we go. A couple drivers in the back here. Multiple drivers make the tough transition off the banking there. Definitely not easy. And to get down to speed to enter pit road here. Our first handful of drivers, and this will set off the green flag cycle of pit stops. Down pit road we see drivers like AJ Schlemmer, Jonathan Tibby. Not too many of the immediate front runners came down that time by, but surely they'll be coming down in the next lap or 2 or 3. Up front, Kurt Cover. Behind the front battle between Joshua Odebre and Shane Williams. Kurt Cover was the outside pole sitter, winner of duel number 1. And here we go, more stops. Get a couple more handful of drivers here. Such as a couple of your immediate leaders there, Kurt Cover, Joshua Odebre. And these pit roads, you gotta be on your heels on a pit road like this. The speed here is really fast on pit road. Drivers will make their scheduled stops here. We still have a couple that stayed out, of course. They're coming down in the handfuls. Not in huge packs, per se. Your lead pack is going down the backstretch into 3. Obviously, it's shrunken a lot here. Not many drivers out there are left that have not pitted yet. Who comes down here? Everyone. But Link Hamilton so far. Link Hamilton is going to stay at 1 more lap, it looks like. I don't see any other drivers staying out here, except Link Hamilton. We'll keep an eye on him. I'm not sure what his fuel set will be. He might be trying to stretch it 1 more lap. And we're going to watch him here for this lap here. We're almost certain he's going to have to be pitting this time by. So many drivers now filing out onto the racetrack. I did not think we'd honestly make it to the green flag pit stops with the way they were racing early on. I thought we might see a caution. I think Hamilton's going to need to get low here. The 70 sees that he put out the hand, and here comes Hamilton. Down pit road. He should be the last of the drivers that needs to pit here. The next lead car, Shane Williams, exiting pit road right now. Or you can keep an eye on this. Look at the lead pack right here. This is going to be where your leaders are all going to meet up at. And we'll see how Link Hamilton files out. Link Hamilton was near the front when he pitted. He's exited his stall. He's making the drive down pit road. Shane Williams goes through the trial on the front stretch. Hamilton's off pit road, and he'll go through the other unique, very unique part of this racetrack, that pit exit lane there. Shane Williams on the racetrack. Will he be able to beat him out? And here we go. Off turn 2. Link Hamilton onto the track. Where will his momentum pick up? Shane Williams, he will have enough speed, it looks like, to get by Link Hamilton. But this is a super speedway. You got a big pack behind him, and they're surely going to get reeled in pretty quickly here and become once again a lead pack of many cars. We've made it past lap 20 here, and we're nearly halfway in this race already. Lap 25 out of 50 will be the halfway, of course. Link Hamilton now files into the lead pack, still trying to get all the way up to speed here, but he will get into this lead pack for sure. And Shane Williams will already get caught up too, and we're going to see a big lead pack here. Man, AJ Summer up high there. Not sure if he brushed the wall or not, looked pretty close. And I bet Joseph Rutt's going to have enough speed here to go by Shane Williams, who did not have any draft of any sort. And he'll go low. Josh Williamson behind him, and they will all pass Shane Williams. So we got a big lead pack here now after the first cycle of pit stops. Look through the rest of the field here real quick. And that lead pack's pretty big. And if you're not on this lead pack, I'd say it's pretty hard to get caught up under racetrack conditions without a caution. Joseph Rutt started in the last row, and right now he's in a good position to be in the lead pack after green flag pit stops like this. But right now Bob Zien will be going for the lead. Charlie Davenport in the 20, following on the inside. Here's a 4 wide. Doesn't matter how big the pack is. We could see 4 wide no matter what. We saw it in the duels. 4 wide will still continue to be the thing to watch out for. Look at that. That's how they lean on each other. And they are making very slight contact. That's the 54 and the 85. Marcus Vanderlee and Joe Gosditis. Kind of rubbing on each other. Back up front, Charlie Davenport was moving up on the inside. Now he's going to be looking for the lead. Now they're getting pretty racy once again up front here, going 4 wide. Bob Myers working the double blue line, putting his left tires on it, and he's making it 4 wide down low, trying to make up ground here. And he will definitely make up ground, making a lot of positions there. Good move by him. Charlie Davenport will have the lead to lead the lap. Now we've made it to the halfway point exactly. 25 laps of racing to go in the RRN 130. And you're not going to miss a thing here in RRN. To kick off the season, this just starts the long battle ahead to crown a champion. 20 race full season, 15 race regular season with 5 chase races or playoff races rather. Jonathan Tibby and Bob Myers working with each other for the moment off of turn 4 there, but of course that did not last long. Bob Myers will go down low. Alcini Boyro working with him on the inside. And Link Hamilton, the last driver to pit, it paid off for him because he's going to be able to stay with the lead pack. Now he's moving back up once again. Boyer all over the back of Bob Myers there in turn 3. He'll go right by him here. That's the thing I noticed from duel number 1. That's why he's one of my picks tonight. He makes those moves like that. He will make a move when you're least expecting, and he'll go down low on any driver at any time when he feels it's right. But now Bob Myers is going to go right back at him, and we've got a battle for the lead there. Now Boyro's probably going to get left out here. Bob Myers found a slot to file back in behind Boyro to get back down low. Good move by Boyro there as they're 4 wide. AJ Schlimmer on the inside. And Link Hamilton wants to make the move and go for the lead. Here he goes. And Joseph Rutz nearly got into the corner panel of Shane Williams there. Off turn 4. Turn 4 seems like it could be, it's a bit of a tough spot when you're racing in close quarters. You gotta hold a sturdy wheel, that's for sure. In the back here, we'll take a look throughout the field. These drivers in the back are going to be in probably what you'd consider the worst position. Not only they're in a very small pack, but they're in the back, so that's not going to pay dividends for them in the long run. They're going to continue to lose time. The smaller the pack, the less speed they can generate as a pack on the Super Speedway here. As we look ahead, we have a bit of a smaller pack here with a couple of drivers throughout the back half. Then you have your next biggest pack, which is not the leaders, and this is behind the lead pack. This is going to be what we're going to have to watch. It's pretty similar in size to the lead pack. Now it's a matter of can they generate enough speed to catch up to the lead pack ahead of them. We'll show you the gap here as we look ahead. There's the pack ahead of them, and that's the gap. We'll have to see over time if they catch up, but remember, fuel windows are still important here. It's a guaranteed at least 2 stops to the end here with a approximate 18 to 20 lap run. If they stay green, they'll have to pit once again in about 10-ish laps before their what would be their final stop of the night. If they stay on schedule, Ragbag making the move for the lead. He's quietly been in this lead pack. Now he's going to go for the lead. Well, we've had a bunch of rain at the track over the past couple of days. It's been tough to figure out if we can get the race in. Well, right now, we've passed halfway. We know this race is official. And we're happy to be able to get all the racing in tonight. That's the hope. As this time by, it'll be 19 to go. We've already took 20 to go last time by. Race is going by faster than you think. Even for a 130-mile super speedway race like the RRN 130 tonight. To kick off the season in front of a sold-out crowd. Into the wall, the 35 of Ragbag, and he's into it, scrubbing paint, and he's finally off at the kink. Not sure what happened there, if he just wasn't paying attention, and if he isn't careful, he's going to lose this lead pack draft. He's got to get back up to speed very fast here. We'll take a look at the right side. Not any visual damage to the naked eye, and hopefully he's got to make sure he stays with the lead pack here. He's straggling at the very end of this draft to the point where I'd say if he isn't careful, he's going to lose it. Bob Zian battling for the lead with Joe Gostitis in the 85. And they are right on each other into turn 1, 4 wide behind them for a second there. They figure that out, back 3 wide. Bob Myers moving back up. Well, we're going to keep a close eye on the 35 situation right now. That's Ragbag. Is he able to stay with the lead pack here? It's hard to tell. He's right within that range of, or I'd say, he could be with the draft, or he might be losing it. And if he does, he's going to fall into the clutches of the next biggest pack behind them, which goes from about 17th place on backwards. You'd hate to lose the lead pack right now. 4 wide there. Link Hamilton working left side tires on the double blue line. And he's making up ground. Look at the momentum difference in the turns when he's on the very inside like that. Yeah, you see that there. The 16th Joseph Rutz, despite being on the preferred lower lane of this racetrack, it won't work, especially on the straightaways, if you don't have any help compared to the drivers on the outside there. A great view provided by the aerial coverage, as we saw there, the 4-wide situation. They're 4-wide once again off of turn 4 here. Jonathan Tibby trying to get past Shane Williams up front. Soon we will be starting, which would be the final scheduled pit stop window, about approximately 4 to 5 laps from now. We're going to start seeing drivers pit. Three wide into turn 3, Marcus van der Lee in the purple 54. Making one of those good moves. I think those moves are going to pay good dividends, especially late in the race. If you can perfect that, I've talked about it earlier a little bit, that's good for when the driver's least expect it, and you can get your car down low, and you'll make up positions fast and efficiently. 4 wide behind, AJ Slimmer moving up, he's going to battle for the lead. Leaning on each other. Nearly there, Tyler Montelvin in the 5. Haven't talked too much about him in this lead pack. Haven't talked much about him all night. He's just been quietly putting together a solid race, and he's lucky to find himself in the lead pack right now. Montelvin wanted to get in front of Williamson. Here we go, pit stops. Hey, you see the tough transition off the banking there. Some drivers have issues with it. And this should be the final scheduled stop of the night, starting now for the green flag cycle. It should put them a little bit close, but still well safe to make it to the end, lap 50. We see many other drivers come from the other packs come down pit road here. And this will start the final green flag cycle of the RRN 130. Up front, just like that, the lead pack is shrinking very significantly. And you have to expect more drivers will come down here. Here we go. Shane Williams. Look at that. Remember Link Hamilton on the later strategy than everyone else, trying to pick up another extra lap. Who else stays out here? Vince Carter in the 39. Mitchell Collins, or Stephen Collin, rather, in the 45. Adam Reed in the 30. Seem to be the rest of the drivers staying out. Only 3 will probably be 1 extra lap. Of course, Link Hamilton was the last driver to pit in the first cycle. We all remember that. And he's in this lead pack, and he's going to extend it once again. That's the strategy he's on. We're going to watch him work down the back through 3 and 4 here. We'll see if he pits here. I do expect he will. I expect the other 2 drivers that stayed out will as well. Here he comes. You see the 81 acknowledged. He has the handout, and here comes Link Hamilton. This is the money stop for all the drivers involved in this final cycle. We don't know if it'll stay green or not, but the pit crews have to treat it like that. Vince Carter down and Adam Reed to round out the final drivers that need to pit here. Link Hamilton is not taking tires, as have none of the drivers have either. They're getting enough fuel to make it to the end here. And here we go. This is going to be what we're going to watch here. We're closing in on 10 to go. Marcus van der Lee leads the pack that's on the racetrack right now. It isn't even a pack yet. It's very, very fanned out. And we're going to watch all the drivers catch back up here. Boy, we see the slight damage on the hood of the 5 Montelvin, a very slight scrunched hood. We'll have to see if that affects him. I'm not sure if it will. But right now he's kind of getting past. Like, He's down maybe the slightest bit of speed, and that might be something to watch. Must have been a pit road incident for him. Here comes the field. Link Hamilton into 3 off pit road. Marcus van der Lee chasing, and the rest of the pack behind. Vince Carter, remember, he pitted there too. He'll get up to speed with the pack that's catching up to him now, but all eyes are on Link Hamilton. Marcus van der Lee will catch up, and has the strategy worked for Hamilton? I'd say it has. He still has a bit more time to get up to full speed here, but he's going to be right with van der Lee if he can even pass him. Side by side through 1 and 2. This is the 2 leaders right here, a pack of their own, just 2 cars. Will there be a pack that catches up to them at all before this race is over? Next time by, it'll be 10 to go. Marcus van der Lee on the outside. He will complete the pass, and he's clear. Link Hamilton files in behind them. The next couple of cars are 3 cars: Shane Williams, Josh Williamson, and Joseph Rutz. And then behind, this is where you have your first real pack. Will they be able to catch up though? This time by, it's 10 to go. I think these 3 will be able to catch up to the 2 leaders right here. We're for sure going to have at least a lead pack of 5 to the finish here, if it stays green. Hamilton and van der Lee will continue to trade the lead for now. All eyes are going to be on this pack for the rest of the race. If it stays green, no other pack really has a chance to contend with anything up front here. These 3 drivers will in fact catch up, it looks like, to the 2 leaders right here. They already are in the draft. Josh Williamson will lead Rutz and Williams to the lead pack here. 5 cars will battle it out for the moment, but will the lead pack or the next pack behind catch up? On turn 4, it'll be 9 to go this time. We're getting down to the wire here in the RRN 130. Josh Williamson brought the pack, made it a pack of 5, and just like that, he's going to go to the lead. But here comes Shane Williams down low. A huge run down the front and into 1. He's going to make the lead very short-lived for Josh Williamson, and he's going to go straight to the helm. Can he clear? Not quite yet. And with a small pack like this, momentum and lane power matters a lot more. If they get 3 drivers up top versus 2 drivers on the bottom, I'm not sure. Especially 1 driver on the bottom versus 4 up top. But right now, Shane Williams really trying to complete the pass. He doesn't have as much help as the Highline does. It's a lot more effort. Still not clear off of 4. 8 to go at the line. Let's take a look at the gaps here. Look at your top left. 6th place is the lead pack, or the next pack behind them. It is closing. You saw the numbers there, went from 2.83 back to 2.37. 6th place. It's the number to look for on the running order in the top left. I think they can do it if they keep it up. That's my prediction. That's the gap right there. It's not as big as you think. But do they have enough time? These 5 will continue to swap the lead. Joseph Rutz. What a race it would be for him if he could go from dead last to winning the race. Well, he's going to give himself a shot at that if he can just stay with the lead pack, which he surely will without any issues. The gap this time by for the pack behind. It's at 2:11. .211 back for the pack behind the lead pack of 5. Link Hamilton in the 55 was on the latest strategy possible of the whole night. He did that in the first cycle, he did that in this cycle. Right now, it's paid off for him to at least give himself a shot to win by putting himself in the lead pack here. Watch the dividends. Once again, watch the gap from 6th place to big advantage there. The pack is catching. They just took 6 to go there. Next time by, it'll be 5 to go. That's how close they are closing. And when they catch them, they will have a big head of steam. You're going to see some of these drivers. If they do catch them, they're going to be on the move big time down low, I bet. I do think they can catch them. That's what I'm predicting. But that's just my prediction. And I'm just a commentator. We're going to have to see what the drivers do. They got to keep that up if they want to catch up. 5 to go. Three wide up here. That's just going to make them lose more time, while this pack tries to gain more time. 1.29 back the last time by the line. They are catching. And they are all but within the draft distance of the lead pack here. And they have plenty of time to catch up and get to the lead. Anyone in this pack behind. Here they come. I say they caught up now. This is what the finish of the RRN will be. It'll come down to the wire. I didn't expect it to be green to the end. It still couldn't be. We're not sure of it yet, but it's green right now as we take 4 to go. And we're going to have a big lead pack to battle it out to the end here. Charlie Davenport led the pack behind, and he is on the move, the immediate move. He's working down low. Cody working on the very low lane. The leaders of the overall pack are still from the initial pack of 5. We're going to have to see if any of the drivers behind have enough time to catch all the way up and get to first place. 3 to go. Charlie Davenport is moving all the way up to second. He's going to go low and look for the lead. 4 wide for the lead for a second. Marcus van der Lee will get shoveled back on the outside. It'll be Davenport to the lead. And here's Joshua Odebray. Bob Zien, Bob Myers, the rest of the pack trying to give themselves a chance. 3 wide for the lead. It's going to come all the way down to this. This time by it'll be 2 to go at the line. Bob Myers now will have a shot. Bob Zien took the lead. Bob Myers will have a shot at it. He's working down low. 2 to go. Here comes Myers. And he will get to the inside. Kurt Cover. And into the walls. The 20 of Davenport. He's going to lose a bunch of momentum. Could that be his race? His chance to win might have gone away right there unless he can find a way back up front. I wouldn't say he's out of it at that. If he can have a chance to work back down low. But he's got less than 2 laps to do it. Back up front. Kurt Cover making the move. 2 laps per second. And Kurt Cover's trying to get to the inside of Bob Myers. Bob Myers could not block it in time. AJ Schlemmer, Jonathan Tibby are the next in line on the inside. Shane Williams there as well. This time by. White flag will be in the air for the RRN. They're getting 4 wide now. And here we go, final lap. Kurt Cover trying to hold the lead. He doesn't even really have the lead yet. Bob Myers on the outside. Kurt Cover trying to get clear. Here comes Jonathan Tibby. Where will Tibby go? He's in the best position possible, but Shane Williams is behind him. Where will he go? Can Tibby get to the inside of Cover? Cover leading the pack through 3 and 4. The duel number 1 winner. Can he hold him off? Down the front stretch for the final time off of 4. Here they come through the tri-oval. Kurt Cover. He's got him. He wins duel number 1 and wins the race. The RRN. What a week for Kurt Cover. He does it. He silenced anyone that overlooked him. And that's why he was one of my picks for the race. Duel number 1 winner, not the pole winner, gets the job done and wins the RRN. What a race. Man, oh man, it could have been anyone's race there to the end. We had an absolute photo finish for second place. If you look at your running order there, it's tied on that interval there, but it goes to Bob Myers with the advantage. And Kurt Cover. What a week for him. He won duel number 1. He comes here tonight and he wins the RRN 130. And Kurt Cover will get out to a very decisive initial points lead after the season opener under lights at Armory Digital Superspeedway. We will have more post-race here on RRN, and we'll have the final results and post-race support. So as we get the final chance to look at the RRN 130 official results, Kurt Cover of course getting the job done. As I look through the field here, I think a lot of drivers that had bad starting positions got a good finish. I'm looking at Tibby and Bob Myers to name a few. And on the flip side of things, I see some drivers that had good starting positions did not get the finish they want, such as Mitch Jones and Will Parrish, the pole sitter. But I think the biggest story from the week will for sure be Kurt Cover's performance. What a week he's had. And now we're going to have the chance to look at the first point standings of the season. After just one race, it'll be much like the finishing order of the RN 130. And drivers that didn't have a good finish here will be at the bottom of points, but of course they'll have the rest of the season to make it up here as we look through the point standings. But on behalf of everyone here at RRN, we thank you for watching the race, and we look forward to seeing you at the next race.